The holidays are coming up, y'all. Don't go broke trying to buy gifts for the holidays. Why do I say that? There is an extreme pressure for people to buy gifts for their loved ones that they can't afford for the holidays. Now, I'm going to look up something while we're here live about how much money is expected to be spent on Christmas shopping this year. Let's do it. How much money, can type, money is expected to be spent Christmas shopping this year? Because what people don't understand is all of this stuff is perceived value. That's my new favorite word, perceived value. It's looking like $1 billion on holiday gifts. Overall, total holiday retail sales in the United States are expected to reach new highs, with the estimated suggested figures between $900 billion is what people are expected to spend on Christmas gifts this year. But we still are poor. A lot of us are still working for average salaries. A lot of us have not even invested $900 billion, people. Almost $1 trillion, $989 billion is expected to be spent on this Christmas. So you mean to tell me, like, we don't have a spending problem, but yeah, everybody's still broke? Who is the genius behind Christmas? Because if we look at the original roots of all these holidays, how do we get to a place where we start spending money we don't have and change the cause of it? The cause of all this stuff was never for the reason we celebrate it. But yet we still are running up $900 billion for Christmas this year. Someone help me understand. If you don't have the money, don't buy the gift. Let me get into this, right? Spending culture is out of control. A lot of y'all are hitting every single holiday. You have Thanksgiving. You have Christmas. Then you have New Year's. Then we have a little break of time. Mother's Day will be coming up. And Lord knows how much money is going to be spent on Mother's Day. But in between that, 70% of Americans don't even have $1,000. But still we're reaching $980 billion in spending for Christmas. Please. Spending power is out of control. Now, let me break down the people you have during these holidays, because you have a few different types of people. Don't let nobody try to call you cheap this year because you're being financially intelligent. Don't let nobody call you cheap. And I'm a parent, and I'm telling you now, I'm buying my son the stuff I want him to have, that I've been planning on buying anyway, and it'll be nice to see him open it on Christmas. And all that is a baseball set. And whatever else stuff his mom gets him. A baseball set, because he's been getting really good at hitting. He's only 2 and he can like hit the ball out of the air. So I'm like, that's the stuff I want to invest. I want him to have that. But am I going to buy every single thing I see on TV that the kids love? No, because I still have personal goals that I'm attending to. Personal financial goals that I'm attending to. And if you have to go in debt for Christmas, cancel the Christmas. I'm sorry. You don't need a 6-foot real tree that costs you hundreds of dollars that you can't afford. Unless you're going to use that tree every single year and take care of it, put it in the garage, reuse it. Okay, maybe it's a worthy investment. And then there's another person who's going to try to make you feel guilty because you didn't buy them enough gifts. Leave that person alone. If there's anybody who could watch you go into debt and struggle financially to say you got me something, that is a very interesting person. A very interesting person who wouldn't want you to save more money, but would rather you spend money you don't have to please them. If you're around those type of people, I feel truly ashamed for you. Now, there is another person who doesn't want anything, and you still feel the pressure to buy them something. Listen to that person, because they probably mean it. I'm always the person that tells someone, yo, bro, if you don't have it, like I wanted to see my mom this Christmas. I told her, I don't come. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work you don't have. Money you got to put gas in the car. You got to drive here. You got to get off your schedule. Maybe take some time off of work. Nah, it's all good. This ain't the season for that. I wouldn't pressure anybody into doing something that makes someone comfortable or puts them in a place that they gonna have to take a lot of time to recover from. That's a very selfish person. I tell people, you don't need to buy me nothing. And there's also that person who was using you to not have to buy themselves something they can't afford. So people are asking for extravagant gifts that they've been wanting for a while because they can't afford it and don't want to spend the money or invest it themselves. And they're hoping that you will take the time to go into the hole so they don't have to. When you really look at all this stuff, right? That's what I mean. Like, I'm not, hey, bro. If you don't like me because I'm being financially savvy and I'm preparing myself. If you don't even have 6 months of emergency funds or 3 months of emergency funds, and if you lost your job today, you couldn't even afford to live in your apartment, but you're going out and buying gifts for Christmas, you're a loser. And you're thinking backwards. Your priorities are off. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Some of you are not gonna like that take. But truth be told, if you are a man, right, and you telling yourself because you're listening to probably your wife, your girlfriend, we need to buy more stuff, but you don't even have enough savings or money to protect your family if it really snows on your life and you really get stuck, but you're gonna go buy UGG boots and fucking whatever, load the Amazon cart up because you feel like you want to have an aesthetically looking tree, dude, shame on you. Get your life together, bro. That's not how you live. You're about to break your back. You don't even have enough money to protect your family if you lose your job, but you're gonna go out there and scour for gifts. You can buy a gift any time of the year. If you couldn't afford a gift last week, why do you think you can afford it on Christmas? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with the world? What is wrong with the world? And then they try to guilt trip you into believing that if you don't do this, you're a bad person because you're not so struck on the consumer economy. You're not so head over heels on being a consumer. Imagine being around people when you say, yo, bro, let's be smart this year. We could buy a few toys. And then there's people like me who don't want a bunch of junk in my house because it's just going to get thrown in the trash. So basically, you're pissing money down the toilet, especially when you have young kids. Like if you have older kids, like maybe getting them a PS5, all that shit is meaningful. But it's like if you already have children who believe that what you bought them isn't meaningful because you didn't buy them enough, oh man, you're looking at a very, very, very hard life. A very expensive one at that. Like I'm a person like I believe in being creative. I believe that you can spend whatever you want, and that's just me. Some people value the cost of something over what it actually is. You know, I'm a person like let's just spend time together. Like I'll buy you stuff, but you don't gotta buy me nothing because I know I'm only buying stuff if I can afford it. But I don't ever want people to feel like they gotta go in debt to buy me a gift. Nah, because I'll make you take it back to the store. Like I'm the type to give you the money back for something if I know you couldn't afford it. Like for that's me. I just don't believe that we should put pressure on people into buying things they can't afford out of our own self interest. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. And there's like this FOMO. There's like this FOMO. And I think like I try to think about the best gifts I ever received in life. And it was always out of just like the kind gesture of somebody. Like it was probably like a pack of socks when I really needed it. Like the best gifts I've always got were literally the most thought out. Like, yo, I really needed that. That's fire. Wow. And I didn't have to wait till Christmas. Like it's holiday time. And then if you think about finances, this is the middle of the month. A week later, you got to pay your rent. Like that's why some people go Christmas shopping in advance. Like they do it appropriately. But I just think that if you don't have the money, it's okay to opt out of the gift economy. It's fine. They're really gonna spend $900 billion. Look at that. 900 billion. We have a consumer problem in America. We have a spending problem in America. I think it's okay to say I don't want to be a part of it. I don't. I think it's perfectly fine to say that. Leave it up to other people. Don't listen to the people on TikTok who are selling products and their affiliates. This is the best Christmas gift to buy a 2-year-old because they're making money off your guilt. They're making money off your guilt. What other way to make you feel besides guilty? I don't know. I don't know. But maybe I'm the one that's wrong and it just doesn't get the point of spending money you don't have for one day, for a holiday that wasn't even originated around this thing and around this Santa Claus idea. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong, but you can let me know. But I think if you're guilt tripped by your spouse, your partner, I think you're with the wrong type of person. These type of moments create people. When you realize, well, if you sit down with your spouse and say, "We don't have the money to have an elaborate Christmas. Let's find a way to solve this." Versus, "Oh my God, this is terrible. Like you should spend more money." It's like, whoa, this is and then imagine living with that kind of person for 20 years. That when you want to strategize with them, they say the solution is spending more money we don't have because we want us the under the tree to look a certain kind of way. Evaluate your relationships, evaluate the people you're around during these seasons, and really ask them. Because this is how you'll like. I have a book called 19 Questions to Ask Before You Take Them Serious, and how they spend money and view money is a question in there. It is a very important one. It's like the way you look at money is important, and the way the people around you value money is important because after a while, it starts to affect you. Whenever someone else goes in the red, they can't handle their responsibilities, and you have to pick it up for them. You understand? So these things are important. Ask these questions this year. Let's watch what happens to people's relationships who have different ideologies. And if you lose a relationship over somebody not wanting to go into the red, you might have dodged a bullet if they don't want to be around you. Because if you're financially savvy, intelligent, and mindful and know what a budget is, there are some people who hate the word budget because they associate that with being broke. I associate that with a person who takes close and pays close attention to their money. And I can trust you because you trust your own money. You're not ignorant with your pockets. The most wealthy people have a budget, but somehow broke people believe budgets are offensive. But financial literacy. All right, fam, that's it for today. You got some value from this? Do me a favor, hit the like button, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Now, if you're rocking with what I'm doing and you want to take it up a notch, I've got something special. Check out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. That's why I drop exclusive content, game, and insights that you won't find anywhere else. I'm talking about the stuff that'll help you level up. And hey, if you're tuning into the podcast, the audio version, make sure you download and leave a review. It really helps more people discover what we're building over here. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you check out the next clip or to watch the full episode somewhere in here. I'm gone. See you in the next one. Peace.